Hey guys, welcome to Vespers.
Hey, we're so glad that you joined us again this evening. I managed to get Em and Jake to come up and to help out with the intro tonight, so you don't just have to stare at me. So hey guys.
Hi. We light this candle celebrating the presence of Christ in us, among us, and beyond us.
We did it. Well, so you may set this over here, so you don't have to hold it up the whole time. So it's tell me a little bit about your all's week. What's been like the highlight of your week?
Your birthday probably. We got to go to Meijer and we got to buy you some gifts, and I got to go into Meijer for the first time in a whole year.
The first time in a year?
Yeah, a year. Because since lockdown, I haven't gone to Meijer at all.
Oh my goodness, I had not realized it had been a year. Had you been in Meijer in a year?
Well, actually, yeah, I had been before that, now that I think about it.
Yeah. I hadn't realized. It's
Just
crazy.
once.
It's so crazy that it's been that long. Well, I gotta tell you, I got some awesome birthday stuff out of it. I got like all of my favorite things. I got Twizzlers and red vines. I love all kinds of red licorice, and also got I got other things, but I got this guy too, who's pretty amazing and will help I think relieve some stress as well. So it was pretty fun. So did you guys have a good time going and looking for that? Oh, I still got some great hot sauce.
It took us like 15 minutes to pick out a hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's probably the most fun I've ever had actually going into a store. Like, just, it's been so different, like, having social interaction, just to, like, and not even really interaction, but just being in a different place in our home for more time. Because I've really been able to, like, get out somewhere else besides the yard or our house.
Yeah. That's interesting. It's crazy whenever, like, going to Meijer can be fun because it's a new and different place. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that you guys came to do this tonight, and I guess we'll find out in a little bit who our guests are this evening.
Wink.
So Mark's going to introduce our guest this evening, so we're going to go to Mark. So, hey, Mark, how you doing?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Vespers. We're so glad that you are with us tonight for a really special guest that we have seen at Vespers many, many times. But tonight, on St. Patrick's Day, we are going to get to visit with the Austins. So Aaron and Melissa and Emma and Jake are with us tonight. And before we bring them in, I just want to say a quick word of appreciation to the Austin family for opening up their home all these many weeks as we have shared Vespers with them. And Aaron has been a pastor of our church since 2013, but his ministry this particular past year has really shown many of his great gifts, which include all the technology and all the wonderful ways in which he's helped keep us together. So we are so grateful to Aaron for that work. I don't know how much it would cost us if we had to outsource all the excellent technological Zoom and Skype kinds of connections. But if we were able to put a price tag on it, I'm sure we couldn't afford it. So Aaron, thank you. Melissa, thank you so much for letting us come into your home. Emma and Jake, it's so great to see you guys as well. And so now let's go to the Austins. And hey, guys, how you doing?
We're doing good.
Good to see you. Yeah.
I don't like being on this end of the interview.
It's a lot harder, isn't it? You just don't know what's going to happen at all. But you guys look great, and it's so good to see you in this way. And thank you for being our Vespers guest. This is like a big behind-the-scenes look at how all the magic's made. So it's so good to see you guys with us tonight.
Do we need to be honest about the fact that this idea came about because I had failed to get somebody to interview for tonight?
We need to talk about that. We don't need to act like anyone is having their arm twisted to be on camera tonight. We know that you were not voluntold, but volunteered. So we're glad to see you. Well, let's talk about this past year and this crazy pandemic we're all trying to get through. What are some things that have changed your life? Oh, and of course, the star of the show.
Her timing is impeccable.
She was trying to get a drink of her kitty coffee this morning, so yeah.
Hey, that's one of the biggest stars of Vespers right there.
Yeah.
A cameo. Well, tell us about how this year has changed for you all.
Who's going first?
Well, I mean, I guess first and foremost, just we've all been at home together a lot in ways that we have never done before. We've always worked full-time outside of the home, and the kids have always gone to school outside of the home, and this year all of that was opposite, right? So the kids are...
You all did some home remodeling during the pandemic, haven't you?
We've been doing home remodeling for 12 years, I think. But yes, definitely this past year that has given us the chance to spend some time on some stuff that we've been putting off for a long time. So, lots of that.
When you have to stare at the same thing for longer during the day, you realize, kind of got to fix that.
Should do something about that.
So it's been fun.
Emma and Jake, how has things gone with you guys? How's school in this kind of weird time that we're in?
It's a lot different because they're mostly assigning like online assignments, so there's a lot of like it's kind of hard for everything to work out sometimes because like in the end like some people just don't do it, and then sometimes like it's hard to explain over a Zoom meeting or something because you can't like help people individually or
that's right.
work, so it's a lot harder to like work everything out. But I have been getting a lot less work, which is nice. So I'm getting done a lot sooner than normal.
Well, just the mechanics of getting it done is work, and it's hard work, and it seems like it would be simpler, but it's actually more complicated. And so just getting all the kind of details worked out can be enough work without having to have all this other work on top of it. So we have to learn all these new patterns, which makes it difficult. Emma, how about you? What's going on in your school world?
So with it being all online work, I think they just don't look at it as much because they can use like programs and stuff that already lay out things, and so I get more work than normal, which is very annoying. But
and you're missing that personal interaction when it's done that way, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just been a crazy time. But tell us about some of the home projects that you've been working on during this time.
We spent the last couple of weeks taking care of all the trees that had fallen down in our backyard. Well, not entire trees, but large limbs, some on the roof. So, I had a chainsaw up on the roof before Vespers a couple weeks ago, which was fun. And then my dad ended up on the roof with me. My dad is over 80 now and is still going strong. And I was like, please don't.
I have pictures if anybody wants to see. Pictures of Aaron on the roof with a chainsaw. I was
trying to spot him. He's like, no, I got it. And I was like, ah. So we got him down, and we had some some fires in the backyard, which were nice for
bonfires, not like spontaneous fires.
Oh yeah. Controlled fires.
On Aaron's hands, you don't know what's going to be happening out in that backyard.
Just never know.
But I do happen to know a guy that could post that picture during this interview when Kirk gets to see it. So
if he's willing, I don't know. He may not be willing.
Yeah, we'll see. As you can see on the screen right now, bad decisions being made and crisis narrowly averted.
Yeah, that's right. This is some of that inside the track, behind the scenes look that we're craving as an eager audience.
Exactly. Yeah.
Has it been hard knowing that once a week or even sometimes twice a week there's going to be a camera going on in your home and the whole church is going to be kind of fish-eyed into this thing?
Mostly it's just the rest of us staying quiet so that you don't hear like loud crashes or thumping or, that kind of thing.
And I try to get people to come on with me. I'm like, anybody want to come and do Vespers with me tonight? And everybody's like, I'm okay.
When I've done my little pieces, I've asked Donna to visit her mom or go do an errand or stay out of the house, and then I'm kind of like, frustrated that it didn't quite go well, or I needed to, or there was a noise outside, so I need to redo it. And then as soon as I start getting a good flow going, then there's another big noise that comes through, and it's just like, well, this is life.
There you
presentation.
Go. It's just real life.
This is why people learn to edit videos like me, because I can't do it in one take.
You guys are really comfortable, I think, in before the camera, and just you seem to have a good presence about it. I guess it's a skill. Maybe younger people, now that I'm an old guy, younger people have a better skill at that than maybe us old folks do. I don't know.
Well, we should talk about Melissa's acting career early on. In several high school productions.
Listen, we do not need to talk about that.
We were both, Melissa and I were in youth group together growing up, and knew each other a long time before we started dating. We were both on the drama team at church together, so.
Oh, wow. So
yeah.
that was where the sparks first flew, huh?
Yes.
Luckily, that was before, everybody carried cell phones, and, so there's not a lot of documentation of that time.
Luckily.
But
I would love to see that.
Luckily, there's a few pictures laying around, but.
Yeah, I think this would be a better interview if I talked to Aaron about his memories and then took him into the Second Booth and then talk to you, Melissa, about your memories. You were at the Second Booth. And then we could kind of, compare the recollections.
One comparison is I just have fewer recollections.
So who kind of initiated the relationship, would you say?
We're not where I saw this going.
We're going here now.
This is exactly you talked about how you all first kind of met, but you didn't really talk about how you first started to date. So
I'm just wondering if do I say it and then you correct me, or do you say it?
That's how it works.
It was fairly mutual, actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at each other like, am I right? Please say I'm right.
Nobody was forced into this relationship.
No, we ended up, it was not a story I anticipated telling today. Okay, so we ended up having to lead a worship service or something. It was some kind of youth group.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. Well,
anyway.
no, I forgot that part of the trajectory. Okay.
Because like you said, we know each other for a long time and been in youth group together and, whatever.
I had gone away to college and had come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over Thanksgiving break.
It was Thanksgiving break, yeah. And we were, for some reason, everybody else was gone, and we were charged with setting up and preparing for some kind of youth group service activity, something. I don't know what it was. And yeah, that was kind of the first time, I guess.
Yeah.
Considered this person's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's just really cool that the church was truly community, and it became community in such a powerful way that now there's a beautiful family that because of your love for the church and your service to the church, that was a part of that. I think that's a very cool story.
Yeah.
First time I really can't tell you how I met my spouse, because we were at a nightclub or we were somewhere else, and you don't have that kind of story to talk about. That's awesome.
No.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and it really was. It really just grew out of a friendship, and I was like, it wasn't like I want to date you at first. It was more like, I like hanging out with you and spending time with you, and I enjoy talking with you. So yeah.
And I really don't know this part of your story, but were you married then when you were at Williamsburg at Cumberland? So you were married college students.
Well, Aaron had graduated. We got married the summer before my senior year at Cumberland.
So I was 2 years ahead of Melissa. I had been out for a year working. That's when I was a youth minister at First Baptist Williamsburg.
And then did you first go to...
Oh.
Okay. And then did you all go to Gardner Webb together?
Yeah.
So you both were seminary students married. Tell us about that time in your life.
Let's see the first thing that comes to mind about seminary. It's when we both had to take Greek together.
Oh my gosh, it was the worst. Yeah, it was rough. Like being in such a challenging program, right? And we had a lot of the same classes, except I was on the pastoral counseling, track, but a lot of those basic stuff we ended up taking at the same time. And yeah, Greek tested our marriage. It
Yeah.
Tonivnity.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't start speaking Greek to each other around the house.
It was
You
more.
could call it that. There was one night where it was like we were both so stressed, and I remember we were getting angry at each other, and we were trying to study Greek, and we were like, okay, we're going to Taco Bell.
There's a solution
It's
to
like,
everything.
it's over with.
Yeah.
We gotta go to Taco Bell.
Yeah, forget about verb tenses. I hear a chimichanga or something in my future. That's great. That's great. So, and then you came back to Kentucky after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was the first time you had lived out of the state when you were in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we loved it there. It was a beautiful place, but we really felt like we were supposed to come back. And so we came back before finishing seminary. And then ended up finishing slowly at BSK. I had about half at Gardner Webb and half at Melissa took some classes at BSK too.
Yeah, I'm a seminary dropout, but that's okay.
I drop out with a job, so remember that.
I've come to accept that. I took some classes at BSK too, and then once I exhausted all the pastoral care and counseling stuff, I realized I was really more into the counseling aspect than the other, and so then went back and got my master's in counseling. So.
Right. And your master's, is that at EKU?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. And Aaron, in that BSK, you were in one of the early classes. I'm not sure you were in the first graduating class, but I think you were in either the second or third.
I graduated with Jeremy Colliver, so we'll have to ask him because I'm sure he has better records than I do.
It was 2008.
Yeah, it was 2008 when I graduated. So there had been, I think, a few classes, but it was still early on. And we were still meeting at LTS at the time, too. So, so it was kind of...
Yeah, so you weren't did you ever have classes at Calvary Baptist Church?
No, we didn't have classes at Calvary. It was all... They were kind of fully integrated at LTS at the time I was there. So had some great professors, some are still there, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Medley, who's still there, and then Dr. Henson, who I think had come out of retirement for the fourth time to teach at VSK, and even Bill Turner. So I got to make some, old Central connections there too before
That's great.
The whole story. So yeah.
And Melissa, just in case folks don't know, tell us what you currently are employed doing.
Well, that's an excellent question. No, it's I'm a professional mental health counselor. I currently work in private practice. I worked for 13 years in community mental health and got out before it completely sucked the life out of me. And we're just being real, right? And so I've been in the private practice office for a little over 2 years, I guess, and it's still challenging, right? Because we're working with mental health, but it's a little less intense than the community mental health setting. So,
and that is incredible ministry. I mean, you often think ministry occurs through churches and seminary folks go to churches and work in churches, but I can't think of a more challenging and just powerful ministry that you're offering folks that are having these kinds of real struggles. So as a church that surrounds you with love and care and support, thank you for doing that. Well, I won't keep pulling back on all the past stories. So let's just switch now to how you guys feel like you've kind of helped cope with the pandemic and all this good quality family time, and you can tell us some of the things that you found rewarding out of this.
You want to answer?
You got anything?
I think
I see something's coming there.
with the pandemic, I have baseball now, which is really nice because I can get outside and, do things, actually have social interactions with other people besides my family. And since it's getting warmer, I can go outside a lot more. Since we got like a trampoline recently and stuff like that, I can go outside a lot more, which was really helpful when quarantine first started, when it was warmer-ish.
And as a staff, we can, say thanks to Jake and Melissa and probably Emma, you as well, for teaching your dad about baseball. This is a really good.
I know nothing about baseball. Don't even include me in that. I know nothing.
We drag him kicking and screaming.
I understand that you're pretty mean with a bow, right?
What?
Emma, I understand you could kind of hit a target with a bow and arrow. Is that?
Oh, well, I haven't done archery in a long
It's been a while.
time.
Yeah.
She was good at
It's
it,
been a
though.
little while. She did
I
just.
should do that more, actually get a target.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Tell him what your latest venture
Now that your dad has chopped down all the trees in the backyard, maybe you can find something else to fire at.
That's dangerous.
What's
Go ahead. Tell him what your newest venture is.
What? Your volleyball? Oh, drums. Wow. I'm sorry. My memory is like the past 20 minutes.
I understand.
she inherited
That
her
is
memory from me.
That's accurate.
So yeah. So
Yeah,
So,
I got
do you have a
drums.
kid?
Is it? Yes. I don't know enough. But yes, it's just like the basic.
You got a snare
kind of-
drum and a tom-tom,
Yeah.
bass drum, all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, we will not ask parents to splice in, some audio, video of you playing the drums, huh?
I don't know.
Please
Look
don't. That's not.
We were jamming quite a bit there at the beginning, so it's pretty fun. We're having a good time.
So basically, at the next Vespers, if you hear all this incredibly beautiful drumming music behind, the guitar, that's gonna. Emma's doing her thing.
Yeah, that's Emma. Yeah.
Good try.
We should do
yeah.
that. That would be so amazing.
Yeah, at the beginning of quarantine, we spent a lot of time taking walks. We were, we had took some hikes. We found Brushy Fork. Brushy Fork, is that the name of it?
Something like that.
Down in Berea, and so we'd go down there. There's a beautiful little creek, and so we got to spend more time doing that. So it was we've been fortunate, to be able to work from home and for the most part, and so we've had some really good experiences getting to do that, and glad that it's getting a little warmer now because I think we all felt a little kind of cooped up during the winter, and now hopefully we can get out a little more and see some nature again.
Absolutely, and it is such a challenge to have to work in the house and be together in the house all the time, and with the winter, I just felt this was a hard year in the winter because we're just not able to do some of the things now that we're finally getting to enjoy, like baseball and hiking and all that good stuff. So I hope that just will continue. And it's been really great to have you guys as our Vespers guest. And it's been fantastic just to share a little bit more of your lives with us. And thank you so much again for all the hard work and excellent work of inviting us week after week into your home. It's a lovely place with a lot of love. And this has been inspirational for all of us in the congregation. So thank you so much for that. And thanks, Emma and Jake, for hanging out with us for a little while today. It's been great to see you. And Melissa, thank you again so much for your work, both professionally, but also just all the ways in which you support our congregation. I can always guarantee on the live chat during worship that you're going to kind of chime in there and say, okay, guys, or occasionally there's been have little technical difficulties on our end, but So thanks for just being right there to support all of that.
There.
Yeah. She translated the real words that were coming through very well. I'm sorry. I was just saying she translated the real words that were coming through very well for, nicely to folks, when there's technical difficulties, it's going to be okay.
That's right. We don't want to know what words you were using.
Yeah.
Well, I understand, Melissa, you have a reading for us or a meditation to close out our Vespers.
Yeah, it's a short one. Plug a book, I guess. This is a book called A Rhythm of Prayer. It's edited by Sarah Bessey, but it's actually just a collection of prayers and meditations from all female, a lot of clergy, a lot of poets, authors, just different. And I got this not too long ago, so I'm not too far into it, but I recommend it to anybody who might be interested. It's a good one. So all right, so I was just going to share this one by Sarah Bessey, the person who's kind of responsible for this work, and it's called A Prayer to Learn to Love the World Again. God of herons and heartbreak, teach us to love the world again. Teach us to love extravagantly, knowing it will, break our hearts, and teach us that it is worth it. God of pandemics and suffering ones, teach us to love the world again. God of loneliness and longing, of bushfires and wilderness, of soup kitchens and border towns, of snowfall and children, teach us to love the world again. Amen.
Amen. Amen. A wonderful prayer for us to always remember that the act of love is a choice, and a choice that we are invited to accept each day. And it's not just, how I'm feeling now, but it's more, what am I going to invest my life in becoming? And certainly we have seen you model that love as a family to us. So thank you for that. And thank you for helping us love Central and experience Central in all these wonderful ways. Thanks for being our guest for tonight. Yeah. And
just thank you to you, Mark, for all you're doing too. I mean, this has been a great shift for everybody, to try to keep the plate spinning and to try to figure out how to do ministry in this day and age it's a moving target as things continually change. You've got to every day wake up and figure out how does ministry work today. It's going to be different. So we appreciate what you're doing, and so grateful for this beautiful congregation that I think just invites the best parts of us out. Just kind of calls it out of us. It's a great place. So.
Well, we had all this opportunity to visit with, the Conk and Stokes and the Kincaids and us, and we are just really glad that we've kind of flipped the interview around and allowed us the chance to visit with your family as well, Aaron. And thank you guys so much. Have a great day today.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks so much. Usually I thank the people who did the interview now, but that was us. So that seems weird to thank us for doing that. I tell you though, I'm grateful for Melissa and Emma and Jake and for the love and the grace that they show to me. And I am so grateful for you all, especially those of you all who have done Vespers interviews too, because being on the other side of it now, I realize it feels a little scarier than what I thought. Even whenever you're talking with somebody who is your friend and who you talk to a lot, it can be a little daunting sometimes. So I really appreciate all the folks who have been willing to share a little bit of their lives with us on Vespers, because it really does make a difference to know that we're all still in this together. So thank you, beautiful family of faith. Let's sing one of those songs that whenever I sing it, it has to be like a reminder that I believe that this is true and I don't really feel it. And sometimes it really doesn't feel true, but it's one of those those old kind of camp songs, that does bear some truth and some good reminders that we need today. I got peace like a river, that peace that is there, even though we may not always feel it. We know that God's always working to bring that into the world around us. Oh man, I got new headphones this week, and one fell out, so I'll tell you the model number later so that you can not get these. I got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Well, I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. And I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. Amen. Thanks for being here this evening with us. We hope that you'll join us again for worship on Sunday at 11 o'clock right here on our YouTube channel. If you'd like to know more about the other things that are going on, from a travel group that'll meet again next week, to baby boomers that meets tomorrow, to Thursday school, to Sunday school classes, Saturday school classes that are meeting as well. You can find out about all of those things in our newsletter, so go over to our website, lexcentral.com, and there you can find the links on the front of the page to sign up for our newsletter, to sign a welcome form there as well, so you can know a little bit more about who we are. You can find links to our Zoom group hosts so that you can email them and get some information about how you can join in too. This really is a beautiful place where I do believe that the Spirit of God is working in such a way as that the community and relationships do invite the best parts of us to come forward. And I'm just grateful to be part of this loving and gracious community as we struggle together to find the way of Jesus in this world in which we live now. And as we look ahead to hopeful times, whenever we may be able to gather again, to see each other, to even hug and be in the same room again, will be amazing. So until that time, we continue to be hopeful and to care for each other as best we can as we're distant. So thanks again for being here this evening, and we'll see you again on Sunday. For now, go in peace.